Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Day in Film MiniCast. It is your host, the Patinator, as always, and today I have yet another burning review just waiting for you guys. Now, before we jump into it, I have to ask that you please continue to watch. I know we're only 15 seconds into the video, but it doesn't hurt to ask this early, I read somewhere, blah, 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 blah. If you enjoy this type of content, this kind of free-form review content, my channel's full of it, so definitely stick around because I'm going to be making it for quite a while, as long as I'm not dead or I don't get incredibly tired of it. But with all of those disclaimers and little comments out of the way, let's jump right into it. So today, I finally came out on Christmas Day just a couple days ago. I finally watched BabyGirl, directed by Helena Regine, I don't know how to say her last name, Dutch lady. So this movie was definitely bumpy for me. I was not particularly excited to watch BabyGirl. I remember seeing a lot of trailers for it, and I thought it was just like gooner porn movie. And honestly, not to spoil my review or anything, but I think it's pretty accurate. My initial review and rating of it, I think, was pretty spot on. So let me get into it. BabyGirl follows a CEO, played by Nicole Kidman, named Rami, and her cheating, secretive relationship with one Samuel, played by Harris Dickinson. So, this movie is all about control. This is a not traditional relationship that Nicole Kidman finds herself in with this character. It's not like BDSM or anything, but it's very controlling. It's very the movie's called BabyGirl. He calls her good girl throughout the whole movie. Just a bunch of little things like that. It's something that she doesn't get with her husband, as affairs normally are. And so this would be okay, but my biggest problem with this movie, and Lord knows there are a lot of biggest problems with it, but I think the first thing I noticed the most when I finished the movie is I said, man, this is a very misogynistic movie. This movie felt very misogynistic, and so that sounds like a very weird thing to criticize. Who cares if they hate women? But this movie, at least to me, is all about control. The character you follow, Nicole Kidman's character, is a CEO at a very successful company, and so having her character be completely powerless against this guy, who literally an intern, and playing it all for this romantic, faux romantic relationship is just kind of gross to me, and their relationship, their whatever you'd call it, isn't good either. Not only does it not feel realistic, but these two actors have absolutely zero chemistry. Nicole Kidman is a weathered, very talented actress, and Harris Dickinson is much younger and, just frankly not as experienced. And I'm sure, they could do it, and I think the age gap is important to the story, but I just don't think that it matches, and even the characters they play, don't really make sense for them to be in a relationship, which sucks, because I think it could have been really good, and the movie just unfortunately is not very good. Visually, it feels very dry. This movie doesn't have a lot to offer. There are a couple nice scenes, there's the nightclub scene, and there's the house that they end up at for a randomly long portion of the movie. And there are a couple other nice set pieces, but generally speaking, the movie looks very generic. The score is very different. He uses moaning sounds in a very large part of the soundtrack, and I understand what they were going for, but I do not like it. It fits the movie fine, but I do not like it. Another problem with this movie is just how evil Nicole Kidman's character is, and again, that's why the movie feels so misogynistic, because she doesn't have even a single redeeming character trait. She's never treated as a human being. It always feels like she's lying or conning or manipulating just to get her way, and it makes no sense, especially because she's literally a mother to two children, and a loving wife to Antonio Banderas' character Jacob, who, by the way, I love his character in this movie. He feels like the only human being in the whole movie. He's reacting like someone probably should to all of these events, and I can't help but feel bad for this guy, even if it's sure it's partially his fault, even though I bet she never even asked. I will say my theater experience was quite a blast. it was mainly women in there, not to gender anything too overtly, but they were all enjoying it for the most part. There was this lady behind me, older lady, it was very funny. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you'll know what scene I'm talking about, but she was like, ice pack for you, and an ice pack for you. She had a very thick, like, Polish accent. I thought it was pretty cool. But there's just not much to chew on with this movie. I just left the movie feeling so little. I felt nothing, you know. There's one character that I meant to bring up with the misogyny thing, played by Leslie Silva. Her character name is Hazel. She plays basically Nicole Kidman's assistant, like her personal assistant, and I cannot stand the character that she plays. The whole movie feels so mocking of feminism, you know. She's like, I need a powerful, strong feminist icon I can look up to. You know, it's like, I thought women in power would treat people differently. You know, it's like it was being said by a guy who's like, oh, look at how stupid women are. You know, they can't control their emotions in the workplace. They just want sex, you know. I just thought it felt a little, like, scummy and crappy. I gave Baby Girl a 3 out of 10. Yes, a 3 out of 10. I did not like it that much. You know, if you can enjoy it, then I'm happy for you. But if I had to choose between seeing this movie, Nosferatu, or A Complete Unknown, of the 3 that I've seen, I definitely watch Nosferatu first. Or of the 2 I've seen, I would definitely watch Nosferatu first. But that's all I really have to say. I know we're getting very close to the new year. I will probably end up having that year in review out a little later than January 1st, but we'll see. Yeah, with all that out of the way, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's shorter than average, but I took forever to actually start recording. My thoughts are not nearly as fresh. So I'm getting you what I can. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, it really does mean the world to me. But yeah, I don't have much more to say. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever you might want to do. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the theaters.